We've always been a family-based organization that invested in our people. But we were really failing. We surveyed our employee base. One of the comments I remember, I wish that they treated us as well as they treated the customers. It's hard to hear things like that.
I like to say I woke up a sleeping giant. That passion and energy and attention to detail that the Japanese put into their cars wasn't being put into the dealership by us.
I've had this privilege of working with my dad for over 20 years.
With my son, Sean, we've been able to do things that I wouldn't have been able to do alone.
The greatest danger that happens in business is you ask people, why are you doing things this way? And they go, well, because that's the way we've always done it.
You can't run one of these dealerships by yourself. You need people.
It's not all about cost anymore. It really is about how you feel with the brand.
We weren't going to get there without making some drastic changes, and that's what we did.
I grew up around this business and saw for a long time how it was a one-sided transaction. They didn't take care of the customer because they were thinking about getting on to the next sale and not taking care of what was behind them. If you don't take care of the messes that are behind you, you can't move forward.
Wish you treated us as good as you treated the customer. We never know what a good job looks like. No one ever communicates. Those were very hard comments to read. We needed to change. The people building the cars, the people selling the cars, the people servicing the cars, all on the same team, working in the same direction. We had to realize that every team member is important.
Dedication to me is an everyday thing. It's just a matter of being constant.
I've known Michael since he was 6 years old. He's always been ambitious. If he didn't get number one, trust me, he will get upset. He'll do anything to get to the next level.
When I started at the dealership, we were selling about 60 cars a month. That was good for everybody. They were happy with that. The store was asleep. People were going there just to collect a paycheck. There was no interest, there was no passion.
I remember reading an article on the Japanese culture saying that students, they clean their own schools and the employees, they clean their own workplace. That transfers to when they start designing the car, when they start building the car. The problem is that as soon as it hits a port in Jacksonville, there is a culture shock. We felt that that energy just stopped there.
There's one huge thing in my operation, and that's my name is on the building. When that happens in your own community, there's really no place to hide from it. Getting out and talking to people and not hiding behind a big desk or the door that they can't get to. With customers that have turned into friends or friends that have turned into customers. If somebody forgot to order somebody a car mat, if somebody needs a second set of keys, if somebody calls and they can't get through to the service department, I make the phone call back to tell them either really good news or tell them that, we'll try to do whatever we can to make you happy.
When you find the passion in Japan that everybody at Mazda Corporate has for these vehicles, our job here is to make sure that our guests have that kind of experience when coming to buy a Mazda and that it feels as good as it looks. So when we think about a Mazda consumer, they're looking for something that's meaningful. They want to have technology involved with buying a vehicle. We put a lot of our energy into our e-commerce strategy. If they're gonna have a world-class experience online, by the time that we get the customer at the dealership, it's gonna be a positive experience.
One of the greatest things about golf, regardless of how good you are or bad you are, when you play 18 holes with somebody, you get to know them pretty well. I know that I can't hit the ball as far as the guy that I'm playing with. So mine has to be a little bit more targeted as to what I'm going to do. I don't think that you can be something to everybody on everything that you do. You just have to kind of pick the things that you do best and try to do them as best you can. Mazda has become much more conscious of making sure that the dealer is empowered to be able to satisfy the customer.
The customer comes in and they know just as much, if not more than you, because they've been doing research. And you know the product is there, so now it's delivering on the customer experience. For many years, it wasn't the most comforting thing to come into a dealership. People come into a place, they want an environment that's more inviting. When you come in to service your vehicle, you have plenty of space where you can relax, put your laptop up, and not feel like you're so rushed.
The thing about Mazda, the best thing that can happen is for us to put people in the cars so that they can see the premium value. That will be the best thing that can sell the car.
Customers want a great product. They want a fair price. They want a facility that is comfortable to do business in. They want to interact with a person that they can relate to. They want it to be fast. If we're not working on shortening the time frame that it takes to buy a car, then I'm telling you, we're putting our energy in the wrong place, because that is the #1 issue that customers care about. A customer wants to take their time in choosing the product. They want to take their time in the actual delivery of the car. The time from which the customer decides they want to buy the car, up until the time that we go out and deliver the car, that's the time they want to be short. We have spent a considerable amount of our effort trying to shrink that time. So we're now down to a point where we have a number of our transactions happening in 20 minutes or less, from the time the customer says, "I'll take it," to the time that the customer goes out to the car. One of the biggest mistakes I hear from dealers is they go, well, this facility, this brick and mortar investment is an unnecessary thing to do. I just couldn't disagree with that more. What I find is when we do remodels in dealerships, changes the culture, changes the feel, it changes how customers feel, and I'm going to tell you, it matters.
People thought we were crazy. We started looking at the logo, we started looking at the uniforms, the pictures on the walls. So why don't we just start cleaning our own workplace? So we grabbed a pressure cleaner.
We started to pick up sales a little bit. I think we should reach for 70 this month. Then all of a sudden, we reached 80. And then our first big goal was 100 cars.
We felt the energy coming from Japan, going through every single corner in Ocean Mazda. It happened like magic.
Sure enough, we hit 100. Our next goal was 120, 150. We were, I think, a 40% increase in new car sales every year. Now we're almost at 300. It's crazy what a culture at a dealership and the image of a dealership and the way your employees feel, what difference that can make to sales.
Our business revolves around our employees, and I realized a long time ago, if all our employees were happy, we didn't have to worry about our customers being happy.
I know it's been 13 years, but you've done everything with excellence. It is a joy to work with you.
When you take care of the employee, the byproduct of that is they take care of the customer. Candace, I'm so thankful for a coworker like you. You're one of the hardest workers I have ever met. Thank you for being such a joy to be around.
Everyone writes in their what we call Nelson Yearbook, and they say what they love about that person. It makes them feel extremely special.
It says, Jennifer, you're such a wonderful leader, and we're so blessed to have you as a part of the Nelson family. This company would not be the same without you. Bringing the greatness of the individuals to light was really the goal. Be the best employer to work for, not just one of the best. On your 1-year anniversary, we give you a Silver Eagle US minted coin, and then on your 10-year anniversary, we give you a Gold Eagle.
It takes every one of us to do what we do daily to be successful and profitable. It's a win with all of us as a team, and I love you guys. Thank you.
Unfortunately, in life, we wait till a tragedy happens before we express our true feelings. And we do that regularly. It really became the fabric of what Mazda was trying to accomplish. With our focus and direction, we're going to see our best days ahead. There is more to this than just selling cars.
My family grew. My employees became family. Mazda mirrors that energy through their product.
Most people want to know that they can trust you. They want to know that when they have a problem, that they can call you, and the things that you said that you were going to do are on the line at that point. And if you don't follow through with that, you give them an opportunity to go to someplace else.
I'm most valuable to this organization when I'm free to think about what's possible. How do we take something that has been the way we've always done it and start to think differently? When I'm on the water, I can think about things that matter, and those are the decisions that are the very best ones I make.
I remember that Miata that I owned in 1990. Whipping around the corners, and how that felt.
We had people lined up for 6 months waiting to get a Miata. It was the hottest little sports car around. It's easy to fall in love with. It's a great product. We just need more products like that. And obviously that's what Mazda's working on.
When you look at the way a Mazda designed, engineered, and built, I've seen the engineers, I've seen the designers. This is far more than a piece of transportation. You find that passion from everybody inside Mazda. This is creating something that truly matters.